let's talk about purging. My personal journey with Tret is a little bit different because I did start using a retinol for, I think it was 2 to 3 years before I eventually transitioned to Tret. And when I started using retinol, I wasn't super consistent with it. I would use it like a few months here and there, like a couple days a week or once a week. It slowly built up my tolerance to retinol. So I basically super slowly eased my way into retinoids. Once I decided to get serious about my retinol use, my skin was already used to, like, I guess you can say, like, micro exposure to it here and there. So when I started to be more consistent, I didn't really have a purge. My skin got a little bit dry, a little bit flaky, but I didn't get like more breakouts or anything like that. So I was on retinol for 2 to 3 years. I used to use Skin Medica. I started at the lowest dose, 0.25, then I went up to 0.5, and then I think I went up to 0.75. And then at that point, I actually stopped using it for, I think, almost a year. And then when I decided to start using a retinoid again, I went straight for Tret. And I honestly think the fact that I used retinol for 2 to 3 years before switching to Tret made a huge difference. And when I started Tret, I started on the lowest dose. I did start on alcohol-based Tret, which was really tricky to figure out. It was a little bit irritating. I did have a lot of dryness, a lot of flaking, but I didn't have a lot of breakouts. I think when people speak about purging on Tret or being afraid of purging while on Tret, that's what they're worried about. They're worried about their skin breaking out and having like more acne come to the surface. And that's not something I experienced, honestly, which I might just be lucky, but I also think it's the way that I built up to my Tret use. That being said, I do still get breakouts. I've gotten breakouts the whole time I've been using retinol or Tret. Even right now, I do have some makeup on right now, but you can see a little bit of inflammation there. But like this whole side of my face is freaking out right now. I still get breakouts. Using Tret will not stop breakouts from happening, but what my experience has been is that it speeds up the healing process. And not only does it speed up the process and bring it to the surface quicker, it heals the pigmentation quicker too. I honestly truly believe that one of the keys when it comes to using Tret is packing your skin with hydration and moisture. And I know a lot of dermatologists and a lot of people will say to apply Tret on dry skin, just wash your face, let it dry, put on your Tret. I've tried that and that caused so much irritation for me. My skin has never been better than when I started to incorporate all the 80,000 steps that I do. I give my skin so much hydration, which a lot of people think is unnecessary, but in my experience, it's 1,000% necessary. I also really want to say that skin cycling was so crucial for me when I started using Tret because I was so confused. I didn't know what to use with what or what days I could use what. Skin cycling is something that really helped me figure everything out and learn about skincare. Having set days for every kind of routine made it kind of like second nature for me. Now what I do is like intuitive skin cycling. I'll just listen to my skin, but if I see my skin is dry or flaking a little bit, I will do a recovery day, which is part of the skin cycling method. If I see my skin needs to be exfoliated a little bit, I'll do an exfoliation day. And if I'm not doing either of those, I'll do a retinoid day. I feel like some people think that skin cycling is unnecessary, but as a learning tool and as something to help beginners feel more comfortable with using a retinoid, I think it's so amazing. So when it comes down to it, did I have a purge on Tret? No, but I slowly built up my tolerance. I started with retinol for 2 to 3 years. I started with the lowest dose. I gradually built up my tolerance. And when I switched to Tret, I incorporated skin cycling, which helped me so much. The amount of hydration I have in my routine has helped my skin stay healthy for the most part. I do still deal with breakouts though. That's completely normal. Tret is not going to completely stop your breakouts, but in my experience, it does help them heal quicker and it does fade the pigmentation much quicker. Skin cycling helped me figure out what different actives were, to learn about them, to learn like what can be used together and what days. So like really it just made a huge difference for me. I hope this helped, but if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments.